We are so glad you have decided to join us on another adventure. We wanted to introduce you to the giraffes in this episode, but there's always something that will change when you work with animals. Look at how graceful they are, their long necks balancing out their long legs. In South Africa we have mostly what is called the Cape giraffe. This is a subspecies and it ranges from South Africa, Bots, Namibia, Zimbabwe and Mozambique. It generally has round little blotched spots, some with star-like extensions on a light tan background. The giraffe, as I mentioned, are shy but always welcoming. Their quietness gives you time to reflect. My thoughts often run to, why can't we, as humans, take a leaf out of their book? Oh, look at that tongue! The giraffe live a very relaxed life here on the reserve, as they do not rank high on the predators menu. They chew the cud and just watch you as you watch them. They do not live the life of a captive that we as humans do. We are so preoccupied with what is going on around us, what our neighbors are up to, and how we are perceived by our fellow humans. Why can't we get on with each other in a symbiotic relationship, just like the giraffe and the oxpeckers? The herd of sable have come to investigate whilst we are working at the boma. The littlest is trying to keep up. Quick count, one is missing. It's the yearling. We saw her at the last supplement, and the thought of a leopard having taken her breaks my heart. This little one knows she's being filmed, and is very curious as to what we are doing. Each of them have such unique personalities. Despite our worry, the giraffe carry on with their day. This cow is taking some time with her youngster, who was born this year. The gestation period is 457 days, 14 to 15 months, and the baby at birth weighs around 100 kgs. We thought this clip would bring a smile to our fellow wanderers. Yes, ladies, it would seem that males in all species have that itch. The giraffe just needs a bigger scratching post. This is the oldest bull on the reserve. His colour is much darker than the others. Whilst watching these guys, we see what we've been looking for. As a youngster, she is vulnerable to both the leopard and hyena. She's alive, but alone, and she's not out of danger as it's late in the day, and we won't be able to get to the herd in time. We sent one of the guys out on horseback the next morning. He found her in the thick grass and radioed us with their location. Being on horseback, he was going to try usher her to the herd, but she was in distress, afraid and really skittish. She seemed to be totally disorientated. We dropped some more staff with yearling to fan out around her and decided to try and entice the main herd back to her with feed. Loaded with lucerne, the herd notice and start following. Leaving a few back at the boma, the oldest cow takes lead. The main herd continue to follow, but the new baby and her mom are left behind, as baby is too young to join the trek. They are quite enjoying the takeaway menu. The lead cow is getting the majority of the little trail we are leaving. Some interesting facts about this herd. They are all relatively young cows, ranging in ages from 1 to 4. They mature at between 2 and 3 years old. The sable have a fairly long lifespan, reaching to around 17 years, bar natural predation. The herd is starting to worry about moving further away from the youngest calf, and the wildebeest has them distracted and edgy. They give up and head back to the baby. We eventually managed to get the yearling to join the herd. After all her adventures, the herd ignores her instead of celebrating her return. Maybe their way of disciplining? Who knows? Having to work her way through the hierarchy, she has to submit, letting the herd know that she has done wrong. She pauses, and with a bow of her head, the others acknowledge her and allow her to join, and eventually she is able to get a tasty mouthful. She grabs as much as she can. She must be feeling quite hungry. The giraffe have remained ignorant of all the trauma that has been happening around them, quite content to carry on with their routine. They mind their own business, searching for a green leaf in amongst the winter brittleness. Their spatulate and incisor teeth strip the stems off of the leaves and pods. Did you know that an adult male can reach a height of 5.5 meters, but average out at 5? Females reach an average height of about 4.5 meters. Their long necks account for much of their height. It fascinates me how they just never react, and as I said before, Maybe we, as humans, should learn from the stately giraffe, who were oblivious to the fact that the yearling sable has stolen their story for the week. We start homeward and are greeted by a lone Gemsbok bull, who also seems to prefer his own company. This has been a long few days, and we have fallen behind on the routine work. Those of you who know the bush will appreciate their plans have to be fluid and have to accommodate the unforeseen happenings. Nature's a true healer, and just before we reached the homestead, we were delighted that we managed to capture a rare peek at the incredibly shy and secretive klipspringer. We will sign off now and head in for a well-deserved sundowner. Over and out, the Bush Wanderers. If you like our stories, please leave us a comment, subscribe, and ring that bell if you'd like to be kept updated.